What's up, man?
What up, bro?
What's up? How's it going? How's your day?
Good. House showing today. Had
Okay,
to,
that's
had to
exciting.
walk some dogs.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, do some vacuuming.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah,
Got
man.
also, I'm selling this house and I'm upgrading to a newer one. So,
Dude, that must be exciting. How does that feel?
I mean, to be honest, it feels like it's surreal because I never thought that I would. I how do I put this? I never thought I would really have an opportunity to really get those things in my adult life.
Yeah,
Uh, Even though, like, growing up, like, we started off really poor, like 7 people in a 2 bedroom house,
yeah.
2 parents, 5 kids, in a 2 bedroom house. Then, you know, Nick auditioned for the Backstreet Boys. He
Mhm.
got that gig, and then when I was like 7, I started going to music school. So, we grew up. I grew up for the most part, always being well taken care of and stuff. So
Yeah,
I guess throughout my 20s, I was like, what am I doing here? And how can I figure out a way to make money and to prosper in my life without having to depend on music? Even my fiance last night, she goes,
yeah.
you're not gonna quit music, are you? And I'm like, no. I'm like, she's like, because the fans really like, they really like your music. I'm like, it's not that, babe. I said, it's like, it's more so that I want to know for me
Mm,
that, let's say, like, someone punches me in the larynx or I lose my hands and I can't play the piano and can't do these things, that I'm gonna still have the ability to provide for myself,
yeah,
and have, you know, other ways of being an entrepreneur. Like, I'm starting my own weed company. I do real estate because I'm flipping this home. I'm
mhm.
flipping this home and rolling it over into a bigger one. So, and these aren't things that my our parents, taught us. My parents, they didn't teach me anything
Yeah,
like this. Nothing about real estate, no college talk.
yeah,
It was just kind of like a hard knocks life.
yeah,
So, I mean, but the feeling is surreal. It's a responsibility, and it's also such a big blessing that
yeah.
I just feel so much more content, and like I don't have that pressure of of like people in my family. Like, my brother was always like, Aaron, you gotta buy yourself a house, gotta buy yourself a house, and I
Yeah,
never did it until just finally, you know, 2 Halloweens ago.
yeah.
So
Well, congrats, man. That's super exciting. So you grew up in Tampa and all that, and that's where your family started out. So really, how did you just get into music? Was it already in the family, or you just? Yeah, I know you said you went to music school and all that. So how did that kind of all begin?
well, well, I'll tell you where it originally came from. It came from my grandpa Latta. He was a banjo player.
Okay, cool.
No one has ever heard a Carter say that.
Yeah, that's
You're
cool.
the first person. My grandpa Latta, on my mom's side, he was a banjo player, really, really good one.
Yeah,
And so that's where I think the music really stemmed from, was on my mom's side. And she caught Nick, I guess, singing some Frank Sinatra song on
yeah.
like a wood stump in the backyard.
Uh,
She caught him singing in the backyard one time. So that's how she realized that, her kids were, had something extraordinary,
yeah,
but I didn't start off like that. I didn't just wake up one day and then I was like, I could sing.
mhm,
It was never like that for me.
yeah, yeah. That's incredible. Cool.
But I went
So
to school. So I did go to school. I went
music
to
school. Yeah,
I did go to Tampa Paragon Music School,
cool.
and I did like grunge, like rock stuff, and
Yeah,
it was because my brother he would always like have me listen to like Nirvana, and it was the grunge days, and so at home I'd always be headbanging and just like this little grunge rock little kid in Tampa, and so looking up to my brother, and I would be outside playing basketball, and this was a couple years before I started and made it big, but
yeah.
I'd be basketball as a little kid, and there would be fans that would be traveling from all over the world and out at the front of our gates. There was no internet really. There was no Twitter. There was no Instagram. There was no location services,
Yeah,
and they could find us
yeah.
all the time. So
That's
I would
crazy.
always be out there with like with no shirt on, with my blonde hair, just playing basketball. I go up and I'd always talk to the fans because I'd be like, "Well, Nick's not here. He's in the Philippines or something right now." Like, so,
Yeah.
and then they would always come and bring gifts and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I want to do this.
Yeah.
So I started doing it for the simple reason, literally because I loved Beanie Babies. So I thought in my head, well, if I could do what my big brother does, I'll get a bunch of Beanie Babies.
Hmm.
And I still have all of those Beanie Babies to this day. So I
That's
go and
so funny.
and I'd be like, yeah, I want Coral the fish.
Yeah.
Like, which I'm saying that right now because I don't have Coral. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then, at a little age, when I would do interviews, I know if I would say that, someone would give it to me. So downstairs in my garage, I have probably 400 or 500 of like Beanie Babies that I still kept from all the fans that are in like this thing, like.
Dude, that's
It's
amazing.
crazy.
You guys send me a photo of that.
I literally did it for the love of Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
I started singing for the love of Beanie Babies.
That's awesome, man. I have a bag downstairs too, dude. So that's funny.
You do?
Saved them. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Because
So
there's
we're around to,
yeah.
yeah.
For
So
sure,
you know
man.
the vibe, man.
Yeah,
They don't
right?
know about that these days.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nope.
they don't understand the love for Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely like a '90s thing, man. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
knowing your brother like in the Backstreet Boys and things like that, and he was kind of started before. So who kind of? I know he blew up first. So was that kind of a leverage for you to like? Did you then were you able to just have your own platform? When that started.
oh, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I was like almost like a spitting image, little version of my brother.
Yeah.
So I had this same Goldilocks haircut. My
Mhm.
mom had, that she basically created on her own. I mean, or saw probably like Peter Pan in the 1950s or something. I don't know. but I mean, it was almost back to back. Like, so
Mhm.
Nick did, 13 years old. He does the audition, gets Backstreet Boys. And then about maybe a year, 2 years later, I'm opening up for the Backstreet Boys when Nick was like 17.
Yeah.
So I'd say maybe like 3 or 4 years went by. I was about 8 or 9, almost 10 years old. And then that's when I did like my first concert.
Yeah.
Opening up for Backstreet Boys, and we did "Crush on You," the song from the Jets in the '80s.
Nice.
So that was the first song ever. It was called "Crush on You," and I performed, opened up for Backstreet Boys that night, and got a record deal that night, Adel Records, and then it was off to the races. I was just working. But now looking at things in retrospect, I'm like, wow, there was so many things. Like, I literally had a dream about the fact that I didn't go to college last night.
Yeah.
Literally, I had a dream in my head, and that's because I'm in a different place now. That's why I have like whatever my images mean. I like to switch it up and be creative, but like I'm more on the laid back and do some real estate stuff and take a little break from music and I mean the last album I put out, it's right here, 1 million copies.
Mhm.
I mean I got this plaque about a year ago, so we're almost at like 2 million sales. I
Nice.
produced it.
Love, right? Was it Love?
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, dude. Dope
I-
album.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I produced it, the whole thing, wrote it, executive produced it, released it myself.
Yeah.
I had the belief in myself when no one else did. So every record company throughout my 20s, I did songs and other people's music, and
Mhm.
everyone told me, just give it up, man. Like the CEOs, like the big dogs, were like, just give it up. And I was like, no, I'm not going to give it up. Like, I'm not going to give it up. But if they're turning down my music from other producers and other artists,
Yeah.
then I thought to myself, well, I've been producing since I was 18 years old, and no one ever took me seriously for it. So I'm going to force them to freaking take me seriously.
Mm.
And fortunately, I found a really good, incredible co-producer to do my record with, who taught me a bunch of things about producing that I desperately needed to know.
Yeah.
Most producers, they don't want to show you like their little tricks of the trade, because then you take their job away from them.
Yeah. It's like, I've worked hard enough. I'm not going to show you this.
For real though, I
Yeah.
get it. I mean, I understand it. I understand the reluctancy to like give somebody, knowledge of information if
Yeah.
but I'm like a secret like sponge.
Mm.
So I'll be sitting there like when I was a kid, when Backstreet Boys was doing like their first album, I was watching Max Martin and Dennis Pop make the tracks and the beats for Oops, I Did It Again, for like, Backstreet's Back, all their songs.
Nice.
I was a little kid because I wasn't
Mentoring.
recording or anything. My brother would just bring me to the studio to hang out with him.
Mm.
So I would go and he'd be playing pool, waiting to cut, their vocal parts. But I couldn't even, wasn't even tall enough to play pool really. So I like,
Yeah.
I sit in the back and I would
over.
watch. Yeah, I would watch. Literally, I would watch Max Martin though, and I would watch Dennis Pop. And Max Martin and Dennis Pop were like the dream team of like that sound that everybody knows, that recognizable sound. I mean, from NSYNC to Backstreet Boys to Britney, but he never did one song for me, Max. Never. Everybody else in Transcontinental, he did, but for me, he never did. And I was like, man. And still to this day, I hope like one day this message gets out to Max, that I would love to work with that man.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's been a dream since I was a little kid. Before Taylor Swift even knew who he was, Kendrick Lamar was still banging in the hood. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was before they even knew. Like, no one. I know how incredible Max Martin is. I know how incredible Scott Storch is. I know how incredible Mark Batson is. I know did like Anthony Hamilton stuff. I know how incredible like all the urban producers are. Like Danny and I mean there's so many producers out there, and it's such an underrated thing, right? So I was thinking to myself, if I could produce this album, come out, and if it's a success on my own, then I win.
Yeah.
Then I could take that credit with me. But if I fail, it's also that failure is on me this time.
Yeah.
This time around, I don't have to be like, well, the CEO of the record label doesn't like your music that you made and I sang on, and then we give it to him, we play it for him. He's like, no. That was my attitude, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna get really good at producing, and I'm gonna release this on my own, and that's exactly what I did with Fool's Gold, and it on my label, Rackus Records. I mean, I'm the CEO of a record label now, my Rackus Records, and I'm releasing.
Tell me about that, because I saw that, and that's like super exciting that you're doing that. So yeah, tell me about your new label.
Well, it's Rackus, Rakkaus. It means love in Finnish. So
nice. Cool. I like that.
Rackus. So it means love, and so I released my project on it first, the Fool's Gold and the EP. Released that, and then as soon as the numbers started taking off, every label was like, "What's up, Aaron?"
Yeah.
So I took a deal with Sony Records. And it went really a lot better than I expected. But my label and my funding and my marketing plan and my strategy plan, that was all me.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I know this industry better than anybody who's running it right now.
Yeah. And that
fact, hands down, without a doubt, been screwed over. I'm one of the people that's made hundreds of millions of dollars doing what we do, if not $1 billion already. So why not? And I have a knack for talent, an ear for it. So Danica is my first artist.
Cool. That's
going to be signed to Rackus Records, and she's incredible. And I'm also the in-house producer.
Nice.
So
that's awesome. You're doing everything with her. That's cool.
Exactly. Yeah. And she's going to be able to own her master. She's going to be able to, have a lot more say and power, because she's actually a very experienced singer and songwriter.
Yeah.
But she was never given the chance or had anybody really believe in her enough as an artist. So as soon as I do, and as soon as I start doing her records, I'm almost done with her album now. We're almost done with it.
Excellent.
Boom. As soon as I start putting it out there, they're like little creepy snakes, man. Every record label hit up Danica and offered her a record deal, and she told them no.
Yeah. Wow.
Everybody. That's how good she is.
Yeah.
She is that good. All my fans love her. She's a Canadian chick. She's very nice, and she's been a fan of me since she was a little kid.
Yeah.
So
and you have that chemistry already.
And she started off writing records like, just top lining stuff and, see if we can get some placements. I was like, girl, these are your records, and you're gonna be my artist, and I'm gonna put my money into you, and I'm gonna use the same rollout.
Yeah.
And then when I tour, she has all access to all of my shows. I'm the in-house producer. We can do records together.
Nice.
You know, she has access to all my social media platform and then my following, and that's notoriety, and that's what basically record companies really, it's what they do with new artists.
Yeah.
Is back in the day they would spend money, you know, $5,000 to $10,000 a night for you to be an opening act and an opening slot, so you could build your fan base with a headline like a Britney Spears or Destiny's Child. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Opened up for Usher, Destiny's Child, Britney Spears, but they all paid for that stuff.
Yeah.
It was all paid for. So get her with me, catapult her with my fan base, and then boom, she's off to the races on her own.
Yeah.
You know, but nothing like I don't want her to do like any of those talent shows, anything like that. She's already
pay to play talent show. Yeah.
Nah, she's already talented. So, and she's already whoops all their butts vocally, and she's an artist and she writes her own material. So that's why I have a lot of respect for her, because it's a lot very similar to how I write and how I work.
Yeah.
She's like the same style, you know?
Yeah. That's incredible. You said a lot of those points are incredible. Reason why first tell me about, because I know you were kind of in the era of when 360 deals started to come up in with artists and major record deals, like in the mid to late 90s into the 2000s. So I know you've dealt with like issues with management and labels trying to take control of certain things, or just straight up greed, managers taking too much money that was not agreed on and things like that. So kind of tell me about any situations you might have dealt with in that.
Well, I mean, every single label deal I've ever been in, even the last one with Sony, was a 360 deal.
Yeah.
So a 360 deal is like where they'll take a cut of everything, guys. Like merch, they want to cut your shows, your concert, every little bit of money that you make. They think that they're entitled now to it, but they're not.
Yeah.
Like, especially with like an artist such as myself. I mean, I've done 6 albums, so it's like, so they'll put you in these 360 deals, and they're really, it really ends up being bad for both parties, because 9 times out of 10, both sides are usually ended up scoring.
Yeah.
Because you got the artist that figures it out, the label that, you know, signs you to the deal that feels like, you know, you owe them something. So it becomes this battle, right?
This cluster, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you try to call it out, they'll try to like use scare tactics. Guess what? I'm not scared of anybody or anyone or anything. My life and my legacy will continue after I'm here on this planet. You know what I mean? So I'm good. Like, I'm gonna live my life to the fullest and know that, you know what, I did my best, and I am always gonna continue to do my best. And that means also not putting my artist into a 360 deal.
Yeah. Because
they're terrible. It's direct conflict of interest, but it's okay, apparently. And it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay what the labels do, and that's why it's important for me to find this real talent, give them a great opportunity, and take care of them. Because I'm good. Because if you do right by people, God will take care of you. Like, I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not that. I am Catholic, but each day my relationship gets stronger with God. Like, so for instance, I have this fan on Instagram. His name is Young Stunting Boy, right? That's his Instagram name, Young Stunting Boy. He's always on there, very supportive, and you know, so I click on him, and I just, you know, I'm the one who basically invented going live with strangers last year. Yeah. So now everyone copies me.
Yeah, I love how you've been doing that. Yeah.
They straight up copy me. But of course it's okay, whatever. But because they can't do it like I can.
Yeah.
Last week, I wake up, get on my Instagram live. Young Stunting Boy was commenting, says something. Well, I get him on. Hey, what's up, man? He met me before at one of my concerts in Arizona a couple years ago. So I told him, he's like, yeah, man, you're a big inspiration to me. I'm a producer, so I ask him some quiz questions about what kind of gear he's using and so on and so forth. And he's like, you know, I look up to you in like producing and everything that you do. And I'm just a big fan. And I was like, well, I use Ableton. I used to use Logic. That's what he uses. So I gave him $1,000, 1,050 to go buy Ableton, the program that I use to make my tracks, and
Yeah.
buy Nexus, and then buy OTT, and buy a couple Isotope like plugins.
Yeah.
And I gave him that money, and then my fiance was like, later she's like, "What are you doing? Like, why did you do that?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, "It's called paying it forward." And I had to show her. I was like, "This is what paying it forward means."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, what's gonna happen?" I'm like, Just relax, because God works in mysterious ways, and that will find a way to make itself around if
Yeah.
I did it from a pure place, not thinking like, okay, I'm gonna go out today and I'm gonna take $100 and I'm gonna split this $100 up into 10 people. 10 people are gonna get $10, and I expect something back in return. If you do something like that, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can't even. You should just respect if you get something back in return, not expect.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how, I live my life, is just, being a good person and believing in everybody that's around me, and but also having my guard up for the people who are nasty or snakes, take advantage and think they can, because they can't. For some reason, they have this little linger of hope that they can still try to take advantage of me. But then they get owned by me, and I will own them. I will literally. I don't even have to fight somebody. I could beat you up with my words.
Yeah.
Like literally, like by being intelligent, and having integrity. I could literally make you feel so stupid if I wanted. So like sometimes, like, I mean, the way the industry is now, and the lies that they can create, and that false narrative of Twitter storm.
Yeah.
It's a Twitter storm where everyone thinks that they're entitled to having their own opinion, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, my response to you is F you.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
Everybody. And so the way I did that is I deactivated my Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't need it. Like, people go, oh, you got, a few years ago, I was only 200,000 followers on Instagram. I have an natural organic following.
Yeah.
I did a couple of other podcasts, after I did No Jumper, got a lot of followers. But, like, I mean,
a lot of these guys pay for stuff now. I mean, it's become so unauthentic, on social media, man. It's really, yeah.
I mean, this is more of like a conversation. That's why I like this. This isn't even like an interview. It's more like we're having a conversation,
Yeah.
What they're doing on the internet and what people are doing, it's really sad, because I am guilty of it myself, so I know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, let me say something foul to just get some attention, because I want to be noticed. That's what happens a lot. There's this clickbait bull crap going on where they'll make up any false narrative they can come up with about you. Anything. And especially when you're a loud mouth and a loud piece like me. And I have a huge platform where people don't want to see stuff being told. They're like, oh my God, I buried this, and he's gonna, but I'm not gonna keep other people's skeletons in my closet. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's not my job.
Yeah.
That's not my job to ever do that. So you guys got to understand something. Everybody else out there too. They got to understand something.
Mm.
I don't need the internet to sell a record or to sell a ticket to a concert at all. Because I did 10 headlining tours and sold 20, 30,000 tickets every night before it was even being utilized in this industry. And now people think that it's so strange, like comments and likes and all this stuff is equivalent to their popularity or their notoriety or their worth
exactly
in the world and their celebrity status. But it can all be faked. It's so easy to fool people now.
Yeah.
They're so gullible and so fooled because there's things like smear campaigns and stuff that go on. It's happening to me right now. They're still trying to do it, and no matter how much I shut it down, they'll still keep coming back. But I know the method to their madness, and the best way you can handle it is literally just by suing them,
Mm.
finding out who it is, and suing the crap out of them. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I'm letting people bury themselves and keep it up, but there's like weird smear campaigns that are going on that it's really crazy. I mean, you'll see just a couple of weeks ago, Justin Bieber, this girl said he sexually assaulted her, right? I mean, I got people trying to say that, oh, I was talking to underage girls, all this kind of stuff. No, I never talked to an underage girl, and I don't ever think that even Justin Bieber did stuff like that either. It's people crying out for attention.
Yeah. They
And
wanted
if
to
someone
be
did something
seen.
like that, yeah, if someone did something like that, myself, anyone else included, they should be in jail. They should be in jail.
Yeah.
Also, here's a fun fact for you. Somebody who is actually guilty of something, they stay quiet. Because that's why a cop will tell you have the right to remain silent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right?
that's true. Yeah.
But me, I know I have the right to remain silent, but I also know that I have the right to be vocal. And I also have the right to defend myself. And I also have the right to defend my economical livelihood. And when people are attacking it,
yeah,
I mean, it's been so bad. I can't even get into words about it because there's just so many thoughts about it. And for me, I'm just like, what do I do about this? Is there because these people are just trying to tear me down all the time. And it's as I'm climbing up. So, and that's with anybody, but especially me. And I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not an Orlando Brown. I'm not any of these other kids that didn't make it. I am Aaron Carter, and I am Aaron Charles Carter, okay? I'm not Aaron Carter, the cheese pop, all right, or the American rapper, whatever it is that everyone – I'm Aaron Charles Carter. I was born in 1987, December 7th. My grandfather is Douglas Spalding. My grandfather on my dad's side is Charles Carter. And my dad is Robert Carter. That's who Aaron is. All right? That's what I am. And that's what really sets me free and allows me to understand that there's so much more to life than just, a like and a comment.
Yeah.
So. I got a home protection dog.
Oh, nice.
because I got my guns taken away from me. My Second Amendment was taken away from me by my family with these restraining orders. So they got restraining orders on me.
So tell me about that. What's going on?
I mean, it's like hard to talk about because they're looking for anything that they can to try to they're basically trying to get some sort of conservatorship and 5150 and deem me unstable and that I can't take care of myself and so on and so forth. Absolutely, it's not okay. It's not right to do. I understand that Britney Spears went through the same thing, but I love Britney Spears, and I think that if she, wants to be let out of her conservatorship and given a chance to live a life, because that ain't gonna ever happen to me. I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want to hurt anyone else. And I'm actually doing better than I ever have in my life right now.
Yeah,
financially,
you got help too. I mean, I remember that a couple of years ago, and that's inspiring to people, from all over,
100%. I got help on my own when nobody was pushing me. I did this on my own. I was like, I got to do this for myself. I got to do this for myself. Because I didn't have anyone. Let's be real. Because you guys don't know this, but the last couple of times that I went to, especially the last time, I did it all by myself. I literally did it all by myself. I mean, put myself there. The only person that was helping me was my assistant, and she does assistant managing for me, but I delegate stuff to her. Her name's Dawn Resnick. So, but she literally got in my pickup truck in Florida, in my F-150, and she drove me from Florida to California, and then my old previous manager and my friend Jason packed up, went to Florida for me, and God bless his heart, packed up my stuff for me, moved it to a storage unit.
That's amazing.
I went to rehab for 3 months, and they released my album Sony when I was in rehab, which was so strange.
Yeah. Do you think they might have tried to use that as a leverage or
Come
some kind of,
on,
yeah.
that's real.
Yeah, they
Let,
try to use it as a marketing
uh,
tactic.
and that's foul, man. Let the man heal.
Yeah.
Let the man heal. People saw how skinny I was. I never touched crack in my life. I never touched meth in my life. For the last time, for the ones in the back, I have a hiatal hernia and I have dysplasia, which is the beginning stages of cancer, esophageal cancer. Okay? So my weight fluctuates because of a stress condition. So people think that if they can try to stress me out, like, I mean, this court stuff with my family really pissed me off. I don't know if my relationship with my twin sister is ever going to be able to heal again, or my brother, because they're never going to be able to get a conservatorship against me. They're never going to deem me unfit to be able to take care of myself because I've been unfit. I won a $1.8 million lawsuit from some guy who's trying to say that I hit and ran, beat his butt, won that lawsuit. I take care of myself. I can provide for myself and my fiance and a kid if we had a kid. We just lost a kid. She had a miscarriage. We just lost a child together.
Sorry
so thank you.
Yeah.
It's, and now we want to focus on our relationship.
Yeah.
And take our time. We are engaged. So
Congrats, man.
I am
That's
engaged.
awesome.
Thank you. I don't think anyone ever thought that I would have a home. I would figure out a way to be able to conquer my addictions.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a therapy dog. Like, she's a home protection dog. She's canine. She has attack commands, but she was imported from Nuremberg, Germany.
Wow.
11 months, her whole life she's been trained. So she's shedding her winter coat right now, but she's a true. So she's got 3 attack commands. She's trained in 3 languages: English, Russian, and German, and I speak all 3 languages. So,
you speak Russian? You speak those 3 languages?
Yeah,
Oh,
I grew up in Germany, so I had to become fluent so everyone could hear me, or I could hear them and understand what they're saying.
That's cool.
And then Russian, I've been with, I dated mostly like Russians and Bulgarians.
Okay, so you learned all.
My fiance is Bulgarian and Russian-ish. So, and then my previous girlfriend before that, Evelina Smirnova. Russian.
Gotcha.
This one over here, Melanie Martin is not her real name.
No.
Well, it's going to be Melanie Carter, but her last name is Yurikova. Her real last name is in Why? Because why am I in trouble?
I'm just kidding.
Because I'm talking about Lena?
Yeah.
No, I was just, no, because I was telling about how I can speak 3 languages.
Oh.
You want to see this little guy? He looks like an Ewok.
Yeah, show me.
I know. I see that. She doesn't want on camera right now because he's playing in the yard.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
He's like a gremlin, so we named him Gizmo.
Yes, perfect.
It's a good name, right?
Yeah, it is.
When?
He does, and then he does this weird thing, like he'll like dip his head, and he'll like look at you from the back.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's the cutest little guy. So that's her little play toy.
That's awesome.
Because most girls, like listen.
Yes.
So most females, they get the poodles and the what else was Maltese and Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Do you, after having a Pekingese, what dog would you suggest
Pekingese?
for every woman out there?
Pekingese?
Pekingese.
I don't know why
Pekingese.
I don't have this dog.
Like-
It's literally the sweetest dog I've ever had.
He's literally just like plops around. He lays around. They're bow-legged, so they don't move around very much. Like he's bow-legged, so he's got like it's hard for him to walk. So he's always just like posted up, sitting somewhere. He doesn't do anything wrong.
That's
so,
awesome.
and I went to school also for 4 years for dog training obedience.
Nice. Damn.
So, and then I took full cell lessons. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't mention this to you after our college conversation. But I went to Full Sail. I was studying under Zach Horn, who was a master graduate
Nice.
and in music, so a master engineer. So instead of being a beat maker, I could be a producer where I could structure my own stuff. And then my dad was in the military, and he was a canine unit. And look at this. I have this, so weird. I have this I lost my dad a couple years ago, so I still miss him every day.
Yeah.
But my mom painted this of my father when he was 33 years old. I'm 32, so when he was 33 in the military,
Wow.
and he was a canine unit. He had Doberman pinchers,
Yeah.
so he used to go bust all of his bosses, the lieutenants and colonels, for taking the drug evidence and trying to steal it. He would have his job was to go take down his bosses. That's what my dad did.
Pretty
So
badass. That's cool.
With canine units all around us my whole life, and I grew up with a dad that disciplined he disciplined us. I mean, he would give us one chance, knowing if we lied or not. He would be like, "So did you move the golf cart out last night, or did you take the boat out last night?"
Yeah.
But he would take a piece of paper or tape or take a mind shot of where he parked the golf cart exactly. We turn the steering wheel right and take a photo.
He knew someone moved it.
So he knew, and then he'd be like, "So which one of you moved the golf cart last night? Which one of you took out the golf cart?"
That's a dad, yeah.
Next day, that no one, because I knew how to jimmy rig it. I knew how to stick a screwdriver in there and get my dad's golf. He had the baddest golf cart. And all the kids in the property, like we had like 20 golf carts and like 12 houses on this 20-acre compound that we built in the Florida Keys.
Yeah.
And so, of course, his kids are all scattered around the property. He's got to keep his eye on them somehow.
Yeah.
He sat us down so many times and would be like, "All right, which one of you moved the golf cart?" And then instantly he would already know because he could read body language and he was CIA too. So he would be like, so Nick was never really there, but Nick was there sometimes. But he would be like, "All right, Angel, you can go. Leslie, you're staying. Aaron, you're staying. Nick, you're staying. BJ, you can go. Angel and BJ, you can go. Now, three of you are here. Which one of you moved the golf cart?" And nobody would say anything.
Yeah, it's like a movie scene, man.
We always try to take advantage of we have the right to remain silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because we knew our daddy was like in the police, so we would always try to just be quiet and not like look at anyone to expose anyone. So I would get my butt kicked by my brother if I told on him. So I'd sit there and I would just kind of put my head down. And my dad he would ask the question and he'd read all of our body languages up and down. And he'd be like, "Nick, did you move the golf cart last night? I have one chance to tell me the truth." And then Nick would be like, let's say Nick lied. He'd be like, "Nope, wasn't me." And then my dad would be like, "Okay, guess what? It was you. I have you on camera."
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then he'd turn the camera on. And he'd see like one of us like stumbling and me like me one time. He did the same thing. He went right up to me though. I'd never lie to my father. He'd be like, "Aaron, did you take the golf cart out last night?" I'd be like, "Yes, sir."
Dude, that's hilarious.
I'm like the youngest. I'm like, I'm not gonna get my butt whooped by my dad. "Yes, sir." "Yes, sir, I did." And then he'd be like, "Good job. You told the truth. You're in trouble. You're grounded for the rest of the day. Give me your cell phone, but I'm not going to take it away." And then if we would lie, it would be like 6 months of grounding. No boats, no jet skis, no TV, literally nothing. We would get like a book.
Yeah.
He would give us a book or something. And of course, we'd never read it. But like, I never really got into trouble though, because I would always just make sure I told my daddy the truth or I just behaved.
Yeah.
But I got this scar, so I'm working on a painting right now, actually. It's still dry, and it's taking me forever. But this is my oil painting that I'm working on right now.
Dude, that's amazing.
I've never done a painting in my life. This is the first one I've done.
That's cool. My girlfriend, she does acrylic pouring.
It's amazing. It's the first oil painting I've ever done in my life. You like it? Come over here, say hello.
Toured I toured around the U.S.
You're a drummer. Dude, you gotta see this.
Yeah. Show me, man. You got a drum set?
I have the drum set.
DW.
DW cheetah print.
Yes.
Prince played these drums. New edition. Janet Jackson.
Dude.
You knew what it was right away, too.
I sure did.
Look at this
man.
guy. He's a drummer. I just showed him my drum kit, and he went,
Oh.
Tell the people what that drum kit is.
The DW, that's a collector's, man. I instantly knew what it was.
It's DW is like the best. Like there's like Yamaha.
Yeah.
And that's the best drummer company in most
the world ever. you hit a you know what a DW drum kit sounds like just because it's so there's no other sound like a DW kit.
Oh no, you're good.
Badass.
I let her. Yeah, no, dude. Like my drummer, PDP, gave me that drum kit,
Yeah.
and because that's he taught me, how to drum, and that's what made me want to be a producer.
Yeah.
And I played that kit on Cribs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
I
That's
still
cool.
got it. I still got it.
That's crazy.
I got, there's the Love album.
Yeah.
There's the Platinum Love album. I mean,
Great
and then-
production on that too, man.
this is only a little fraction of what of my achievements. A
Yeah.
fraction. My mom and my dad, bro, when they got broke and I stopped having them as my managers, they sold 50% of my plaques. I sold them.
Really? Tell me.
Yeah.
So when did that happen?
Probably when I was like, let's see, 2004 and 5, right before
Okay.
I turned 18. So it really hurt me because that's all I had, really. But then, get this.
Mhm.
My Beanie Baby collection, my drum kits, all these plaques. So my dad dies, and he died in Florida, but he was living in my grandma's house, his mother's. Well, she died too. And then, so my grandma died in that house, and Leslie died in that house, my sister, and my grandpa died in that house. And I told my dad, get the hell out of there, man.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of there. So he left, but all the stuff that I have, all these paintings and everything, this woman, she messages me, and she says, I bought your dad's house, your old grandma's house and everything like that. I bought it, and all your stuff is here. Do you want to come get it? The woman messaged me because someone found my DW kit on
Yeah.
Craigslist.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
$3,000, and I was like, no,
No. Yeah.
someone's gonna get this.
Yeah.
And so I contacted the lady right away,
Mhm.
and so this is after my dad had passed, right? This was just this past December, okay? That I went and did this and got all my stuff.
Mhm.
And so my dad went to Florida. He died in Florida. And then he sold the house with the estate in it, with all the paintings and the plaques and everything, all of our family belongings and heirlooms, everything, because he didn't have any money.
Mhm.
So he was selling everything. And I went there, and it was it was really hard and sad to see. It really
Yeah.
was, because my dad took the last H3 Prevost that we had, a Star Coach, and that's what he died in, was a tour bus.
Mhm.
Was in the back of my old tour bus.
Oh man. Okay.
And then, so I go there, and the woman, when I get there last year in December, wouldn't even go inside the home. And I said, what's wrong? She's like, you can go in there. We don't go in that house. I said, you bought the house. You don't live in there? She goes, no. She goes, we tried to live in the house for a week, and we were completely haunted. And then there was
way.
black mold, and we had to move out of the home. So now in the back of my head, I'm like, wait, did black mold kill my grandmother, grandfather, my dad, and my sister in a home?
Yeah. That's
Because there
interesting.
was never a toxicology report done on Leslie or my father. They were cremated the next day, each one of them, by my ex-stepmom, Ginger Elrod, who now I'm actively pursuing for possibly murdering my sister and my father.
Oh wow. And when did you start to proceed?
We it's going. I just started. Yeah, Ginger Elrod is her name, and I'm gonna be going after her for homicide.
Yeah. Oh man.
Criminally pursuing her for murdering my sister and my father.
Yeah.
Something's off, and
There's like a pattern.
there's a pattern, and
Yeah.
she was involved in both of the patterns. And the EMTs said they found whole Xanax pills lodged in my sister's throat. Those things dissolve like that. I'm prescribed Xanax.
Mhm.
They dissolve so fast. They found whole. And they said Leslie got into a fight with Ginger, slipped in the shower, hit her head, and then they laid her down to sleep, and then put some
They put a bunch of pills down her throat.
the Xanax bars in her throat, and EMT found them undissolved in her throat. So I'm not so, and my dad
Something's missing. Yeah.
and my dad, I think he knew that Ginger and Leslie got into a fight. She might have Leslie slipped while Leslie was in the shower. Leslie slipped. They put her down to sleep, and knew that she either killed her in the shower, accident, because they did get to a physical altercation in the shower.
Yeah.
Ginger admitted that. Yeah, she admitted that to me. So that's going to be one of the questions that is drilled into her by my attorneys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they figure it out, man.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My dad didn't even go inside when Leslie's service was going on. It was 9 degrees in Buffalo and Mayville and Chautauqua where this all took down.
Mm-hmm.
This all took place. He didn't go inside the funeral home once to see Leslie. He just stayed outside chain smoking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah. Damn.
Things that I learned in going to treatment, like doing paintings.
Yeah.
This is my first painting I ever did. Well, it's an oil painting. It took 4 days to dry. I didn't even know that, but it runs in my family because my mom did this oil painting of my dad when she was 19.
Dude, that's always amazing seeing that, because I started drums because of my dad. Because
Really?
yeah. So it's funny.
I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I got canvases, and I'm not even done yet. I want to do so much more. I'm gonna get resin.
Yeah.
Do you know what resin is?
Yes.
Resin?
Yes. My girlfriend does that. She does resin and acrylic pouring.
She does?
Yeah. So she's been doing it for a couple years now. Man, she loves it. It's cool.
Really?
Yeah. If you need tips, man, I'll send you some tips and stuff.
Wait, I mean, a tip, or should I just have someone do it for me?
Yeah. She has a
It's really hard, and if you screw it up once, it's over.
Yeah, resin. Yo, she learned. She, of course, screwed up, but now she has a certain tactic or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a weird glass glaze.
Yeah.
And then it dries or something, and then use a blow dryer or something, I guess, to dry it.
So she does that. She actually has a big ass torch, like a full on torch gun, and she just,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she does it all on the thing, and then when she does the resin, she has to perfectly coat it, perfectly. If there's one little bubble, that's it. Air
It
bubble.
screws everything up, right? Yeah. I know, because my ex-girlfriend Lena was a painter. She did acrylic paints and stuff, so I always watched her, and like I told you, I'm a sponge. I learned everyone's little tactics, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And not only that, it was very therapeutic for me. Therapeutic, and I've actually I'm selling my paintings for $3,000 a piece.
Nice. Yeah.
So
that's good.
and I've already got some offers in. I just launched the pink puffy paints, so you can get them on AaronCarter.com.
I was just about to ask you that. So you have kind of your own your own fashion line.
Apparel, yeah.
Yeah, apparel.
Yeah, it doesn't scream. There's nothing that says Aaron Carter. It says love. That's what's beautiful about this. It doesn't scream Aaron Carter.
Yeah.
It's love, bro. It's love, and this means lion.
Yeah.
This means the way I spelt it, and this is my trademarked logo, by the way. I created this logo. All right. This means lion, because my stylist Keno Benz, shout out Keno Benz, always told me, Aaron, remember, you are strong like lion. He is from St. Kitts.
Yeah.
So straight up, super dark black guy. My kind of people, like island boys.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm from the Caribbean and the islands and stuff. And he's my stylist, super dapper style. He lives in New York City now. Styles a lot of big people. But
Nice.
he told me, he said, remember, Aaron, you are strong like lion.
Yeah.
St. Kitts guys, they'll leave all that stuff. Like, you are strong like a lion? No, he said, you are strong like lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's cool. No, I dig it, man. I have to get a piece one day. If y'all have hats, let me know. I'd love to get a hat or something.
I'm gonna do some hats. Hats
Yes,
are next.
I'll get some.
I'm not doing masks, because anybody out there doing masks, you're pathetic for making money off of a pandemic.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, that's a whole other deal, man. It's become
Somebody that's out there selling, because in the weekend we did like 70 to 100 sales.
Yeah.
That. No promotion, really nothing. Just kind of like word of mouth.
Yeah. That's
So
amazing.
and they're packaged so beautifully. I mean, like with a handwritten note from me,
Yeah.
and I'm using a calligraphy pen.
Ah, dude.
This pen right here. So I'm using a real calligraphy dipping pen
Yeah.
to write my personalized notes. And then my fiance has an eyelash business now that I got her started with.
Nice.
So she does eyelashes, and then I'm gonna be buying her a salon so that she does brings a little taste of Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, wherever we're gonna be going. So,
Yeah.
which is still undisclosed currently.
Okay. Come to Texas, man.
I love Texas. First of all, I'll get my guns back if I did. So if I was to move back to Texas, I'd immediately get my guns back because I'm not in California district where I have an EP. So, like, the further I can get away from some parts of my family, the better. And that's okay. Sometimes people have to realize, hey, that's okay.
Yeah, and that's great. I mean, look at the other day I saw Motley Crue, Nikki Sixx, the bassist, like he left Hollywood, he moved to Wyoming. He just
Bruce Willis, a family friend of for our whole lives, Montana.
Yeah, dude.
Montana.
And plus, if going to like artists and musicians wanting to be in Hollywood or New York or somewhere like that, it's great. You're gonna get more stuff. But now, in this industry, you can do it from anywhere. I mean, it's quite amazing what you could do. You know what I mean? Just like, not being, you don't have to be in Hollywood. You don't have to be in that area anymore just because of like, I don't know, technology or.
It's disgusting. Hollywood is disgusting. It's
Yeah.
foul. It smells like trash. It's hot. It has horrible air. Every building says that it's going to give you cancer. Every building says, by the way, if you live here, you're going to get cancer.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to have a baby.
Yeah.
And babies are going to have childbirth effects just by living in Hollywood. You know what my dad used to say to me when I would get too big for my britches? He'd be like, "What's up, Mr. Hollywood?" And I hated it.
Yeah, you're like, all right, I'm gonna chill.
And now I get it. I get it. All of these things from my dad, what he implemented into me as his son, I understand.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of rules of having a home protection dog that she doesn't quite understand yet.
Yeah, I see that.
Because she likes the little dogs, but like I like the big boys.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just talking like there's certain like things that you don't know yet, like the train.
Mm-hmm.
That she's like you're learning.
Yeah.
So, but you're a good
I've
girl.
never had a big dog before.
Yeah, but she's
My first one.
sweetie.
Right.
And my sweetie. Will you please order some
Yes,
food?
yes, I will right now.
Y'all gonna Uber Eats it?
Instacart.
Instacart, yeah.
Where you know what? Uber, Postmates, you guys have been screwing up lately a lot. I'm telling you.
No,
y'all owe me so much money back. I'm not even kidding. Do they not?
Our food doesn't get delivered. And then they don't call us and tell us.
Yeah, and like
What?
And then they
It's
don't credit your account.
I moved 72 miles away from Hollywood, only to bring Hollywood with me. And to become more famous. I don't get it. It doesn't like I wanted to get away from that. I wanted to get away from that fame. Now the paparazzis are here every day waiting for us. Like to go out for rides and go on her little pink four-wheeler that I bought her and or take the Riviera out. Like they're really I love the paparazzi, because those guys work so hard and they get so mistreated by celebrities and used.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Yeah.
And do I ever call a paparazzi? Ever.
No.
I never do that. Not ever. They drive out
It's
here.
just weird. When we go out, it's just weird that they follow us. And then they're like, hey,
How-
recognize you from feet away, and they're waving, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Well, they know my car.
Yeah.
They know the Black Rage.
How is that like though? So it's literally you go to a grocery store, anywhere.
Yeah, it's just we were in LA for date night and shopping and they were just following us. It was just funny.
No, there was a video that came out on
Oh
X17
yeah, that one too.
saying that I was fighting with an ex that not even an ex, just a girl I dated when we were split up.
Mhm.
But it was us going to have our celebration dinner.
It's a complete misunderstanding. Yeah.
I never showed you
Hey, that's
the thing that
cool.
you got
Congrats,
me.
y'all.
Good, right? Thank you.
Congrats.
Oh, so we were there and we were just sitting out there waiting and we were talking about how I don't know, masks or something.
We were just sitting
We were
down,
just sitting
and
down.
then they said we were fighting, and they posted it online, but we weren't
Yeah, but
really fighting.
they didn't. They said it. They
They
didn't.
didn't say my name.
They said it was this girl I was dating and not her.
Yeah, so they completely were misinformed
completely
about the whole situation. Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't know if they got 19-year-olds working for the media, but y'all need to reevaluate.
Yeah.
Like
interns.
TMZ, Blast. I don't know what millennials you think are good at being reporters,
Yeah.
but it's stupid if you're hiring 19 and 20-year-olds to do news.
They
because
react too fast.
Watching the news. You wouldn't go and ask a 19-year-old to put lip injections in you, would you?
Yeah.
So no, they're botching. No, because you'd get botched, right?
Yeah.
So they're botching this. Like, so can the news outlets please hire some reporters with integrity and class and dignity? Because all of that's missing.
Yeah.
And, that fact check.
Yeah, because now it's almost, there's just so many different media outlets, from smaller ones to bigger ones, of course, social media. It's almost like people want a story, and they're going to twist a story to kind of get those views, those clicks, and they're pressured by their boards, and their companies to get those numbers and all that stuff.
100%, and that's something I'm teaching her, because she doesn't understand it. We've been together for like 7 months we had a couple, 6 weeks we weren't together. And then, we got back, we're working on our stuff and everything's great. We're good. That's why we got engaged.
Aww.
We didn't get engaged for like a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
I don't need to do publicity stunts, man.
Yeah.
I could fart on camera and get more than than that.
Yeah.
So,
Are you laughing?
I could go on stage and be like, "What's up, everybody? Okay, bye."
See a bunch of articles the
Their
next
money's
day.
worth. No.
It's funny.
Dave.
I don't know. This is where the Jim Carrey side of me comes out.
Yeah.
Right now. We were watching Bruce Almighty last night, where he
Dude, best
destroys Evan
Yeah.
Baxter.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Best movie, dude. Any Jim Carrey, that and Me and Myself and Irene, dude. Like,
oh my
watch
God,
these
we gotta watch Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah, dude.
Have
Watch
you
it.
seen
I
that?
know.
Oh my God!
Oh, she hasn't seen
He's
that.
got my personality disorder.
Wow.
And he's two people. It's called Me, Myself, and
And
Irene,
Irene.
which is a girl.
Okay.
But it's him, and he's got a terrible personality where he turns into this angry, mean version of himself.
Mm.
And he can't get out. So he's a really sweet guy named Hank. Right?
Yeah.
He's a really
I've never seen it.
and then
Oh,
the
so
other
good.
Hank comes. What's the other guy's name? I don't think it's Hank. The
Ah,
bad.
shit. Yeah, fuck, I forgot.
I know Hank is the good version of him, right? Or is
Yeah.
Hank the bad version? I don't remember.
I think Hank is like the bad cop version of him. Yeah, or something
Hank
like
is
that.
the bad one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he has like two sons
Mm-hmm.
that are black because he was cheated on
With a
with-
midget.
with the small person
Yeah, smaller guy.
the small person limo driver that got them married.
I've never seen
So
this,
she
I'll have to
had
watch
sex
it.
with him that night and had
Oh,
kept having sex with the
And cheated on the
black
Jim Carrey
small guy. Cheated on him, and then he still accepted the kids.
Yeah.
And they love him, not the mom. And then it's such a funny movie.
All right, we'll have to watch
And
it.
then the best scene is when every time he takes his medicine, he gets really bad cotton mouth.
Okay.
And in this one scene,
Oh, yeah, his face.
Hey,
Yeah, in the grocery
hey,
store.
his
Okay.
face gets all like messed up, and he's like,
That's the face, yeah.
I think I need some water. Like,
Babe, you're even sexy like that. Don't worry.
oh yeah, sure. But no, does he not look like that?
Dude, yeah,
His
that's
face-
exact face.
He's like, oh, and he's like, I think I some water.
Yeah, man, if you want to cry laughing, that's the movie to watch.
But she will cry laughing.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Every 5 minutes, there's something that makes you like.
Yeah,
wanna fart.
that whole fucking movie, man. Yeah.
Definitely fart laughs all throughout that movie. Where you laugh too hard and you like let one out slowly.
Dude, speaking of those bang drinks, I love those. Is that the unicorn flavor? Yeah.
Rainbow unicorn,
Dude,
yes.
I
It was
have
actually
those.
it actually inspired my.
Yeah. That's dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
I dig it,
I was
man.
actually inspired by a lot of people with this hair. Lil Skies for sure.
Yeah.
Travis Scott,
Yeah.
6ix9ine. I love 6ix9ine. And then I just did my own thing to it, you know? Like, because each one has its own, like, there's literally, like, it's hard to see, but there's literally so many colors, bro. And
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
like, each strand, it's a new color. So it's kind of hard to see, but in the back, like, Jordan is my stylist, and he did such a good job.
Yeah.
So it's just like, before I had the slick back platinum look, and now I'm
He's
just
so good at finding people for everything, even from like barbers.
Yeah.
to,
Who did your
Dog-
hair?
well, we found him at she goes to Ulta all the time. So I went to the back in Ulta, and I was just like looking for some stuff for like some face creams or something, some hair stuff.
Yeah.
And then I saw the stylist guy, and I realized, oh, they have like a salon back there.
Mhm.
So we're opening up a salon called the Love Salon.
Nice.
So
Going with your brand and your whole.
works.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and the salon has a whole wall that we're gonna bring the pink wall here
Nice.
that they do in LA, so they can fake funk and pretend like they're in LA
Yeah.
when they're really here in
Yeah.
Lancaster.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we got the
cool.
salon coming out, and everything's gonna coincide. Like this pink right here, like I'm pretty sure she's gonna want like this kind of pink color,
For sure.
like everywhere with glass and valedictorian, and then there's gonna be we're gonna so the salon guy he works at Ulta, so I just met him. Hey, can you do a house call? So did an incredible house call. People in LA and Hollywood charge like $1,500
for our last phone.
for our last house call.
Oh,
And
wow.
I mean, no offense to your friends or whatever, but like that's overstepping it. You don't take advantage of people like that, because then you're not going to have that client, and that's actually going to be the last $1,500 you ever get from us and from me. So
Yeah,
and then
for sure.
this guy comes in, and so when people do that, it's like, okay, 300, I can give you 500, and that's still more than what That's still those people. They're good people. Like this area that we're in Quartz Hill is surrounded by nothing but really good people.
Yeah.
Great schools here. It's building. Elon Musk is building the city. This is like literally a green city.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
like it's incredible. So I mean, I'm just vibing. We're just chilling. We're working on a relationship.
Yeah.
We're not spending too much time on social media. I mean, I'll go on Instagram and do the lives and just show people, keep them up to date with what kind of on a daily, like what we're doing and stuff. But we have reality show offers coming in. So obviously, I pulled back a lot from giving too much, so we could save it for the show. So House of Carters 2.
Nice. That's cool, man. That's exciting.
House of Carters, Welcome Back Carter.
Welcome
But it's
back.
going to be with me. And we there's still a few networks still, coming with deals and still offering, so it's still up in the air, and we're going to see who comes up with the best offer.
That's
And-
exciting, man. Well,
As
looking
every-
forward to it.
Yeah, because every time I hit reality TV, all these producers know, the Adam Freemans of the world and everybody, they know that I bring the ratings. They know that I bring the numbers. If you look at what I did with DJ Vlad and you see my views and you see my comments,
Yeah.
and you see No Jumper, same thing. Logan Paul, same thing. Well, guess what? His show called Impulsive?
Mhm.
I got his chain. I got his chain.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice.
The-
Yeah, show it.
Yeah, because we traded chains, and he had the audacity to
Yeah.
say that my chain was fake, and it's not. My diamond pendant had 50 carats of diamonds in it,
Yeah.
and I do jewelry. So I traded him
Here's the.
my $15,000, $20,000 bust down,
Mhm.
had 75 carats of diamonds in it for this Impulsive.
Oh, shit.
So he had it sitting there on the desk, and I said, I'm going to get that chain from you. Just like I told Michael Jackson, I'm going to get that jacket from you. I got Michael's jacket.
Nice.
But he went on the show the next day, the next time I left, and was like, oh yeah, Aaron Carter's chain is fake. And then Adam 22 did the same thing. Well, guess what?
It's
Nothing.
real.
Fake. It's actually,
Yeah.
Sonny the jeweler told me that when you lied, Logan Paul, to everybody, and you said this was worth $15,000, $20,000, guess what? Sonny Jeweler confirmed it was only cost him $5,000 to make this chain. Sonny the Jeweler, SUNY the Jeweler, is who made this, and it only cost him $5,000 to make this.
Damn.
And then you have the audacity to go on not knowing what the hell you're talking about and put down my jewelry. And then I give Adam 22 my love chain. Give it back to me. He needs to give it back then.
Yeah.
I want it. And then he said, that he, allegedly I heard that he sold it. So it's fake, but you sold it? Which one is it?
Yeah.
No, George the jeweler made me that chain. Like I have the molding process, and I tested it with a Presidium diamond tester on both shows. I brought my diamond tester with me to show him it was real, like, cause I'm real. So like, I'm the last person you want to troll.
Yeah.
Trust me, I am the troll's troll. I drag trolls into the sunlight because I'm the kind of troll that can survive in sunlight. I don't turn to stone in the sunlight.
Yeah. Like.
And yes, I am a troll.
Do this real quick.
Have you heard of Johnny Dang, the jeweler?
He's doing
out
my
of Houston.
chain.
No way.
He's doing my chain and my grill.
Yes, he's working with everyone, man. I met him a couple times because I'm here in Houston.
You talking about
Johnny Dang & Co. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, Johnny Dang.
He's right. He's
Yeah. Yeah, man. I've actually, well, hopefully.
The jeweler's number 2.
Yeah, so I think HBO is gonna do a documentary about him.
Sonny the
and his
jeweler.
family.
There he is. For anyone who wants to, there's Sonny the jeweler, the one who made.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm in this industry, bro. Don't come at me the wrong way.
Yeah.
I also buy and sell and trade gold. Gold is the best thing you can own. Solid gold.
Yeah.
Totally. This is platinum. So she got the platinum. She got the platinum band with
That's
5.0.
That's blinding me, man. I'm just kidding.
It's all right. Only 3 seconds. I can do a 3-second sample, and you can still monetize. We're good. No, so I mean, we're really good. We're upgrading homes.
Great, man.
You know,
Good to hear.
I bought this home for me and an ex, so I'm buying the newer, bigger, badder home for me and my fiance.
Yeah.
So and this was the first home I ever owned. Then this will be the second one.
Yes, I'm really excited and thankful.
She's very excited.
And thankful.
Yeah. It's exciting. Well, let me know all the updates, guys. A new house, new TV show, music.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
looking forward to it. We'll do another one of these.
Yeah, I would say give us a couple months. I'll stay in touch with you on text. But and as soon as we get into the new house, I'll give you the exclusive.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So same as before, same as the deal we worked out before.
Yeah.
Same thing. I'll give you the exclusive for the house.
Yeah,
Because I just like your energy, man. You're really great to talk to.
Yeah,
and
I appreciate it.
I can't wait to see shout out Keyed Up, man. Everybody this super chill guy, very smart, knows what he's doing. I mean,
Appreciate
and
it,
it's just a blessing, man, to be on your podcast because you know what you're talking about. You're involved in music. You know, being me, sometimes I never know what people are going, the interviewees or the interviewer is going to present me, and you were very respectful, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man.
You know, you kind of gave me the ground to talk and listen. A lot of times, I can go on forever about this stuff, but it's just because I'm so passionate, and this is all I got. You know, this is my world. You know, and sometimes I'm entitled to my human emotion, just like anyone else. And I go through those human emotions, whether it's pain, agony, sorrow, happiness, joy, blissful, you know, serenity, serene, whatever it is I'm going through, I always keep this in mind at the end of the day, that I have to protect my mind, my body, and my soul. And that's what matters in life, is your mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
This is what my therapist told me in rehab so much. And I'm in the public eye, so I'm going to always share what I did experience for the rest of the world. I'm not going to be like, I'm not telling anybody what I experienced in rehab. I want people to know, because you can change your life, you know. You can, you know, overcome addictions. You know, I went to rehab for huffing duster when doing aerosol cans, and I lied to the world about it, and I hid it, and because it was embarrassing, you know, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
So is any other. That's how it is when you're an addict, and you know, you're embarrassed, but you're still doing it because you're drowning away your pain and sorrows that you're not dealing with and you're not managing. And you're not, you know, each program has their own thing. And I was blessed because I got to go to Betty Ford Center and Owl House and then different places, you know, and each one has their own, you know, methods that they implement. You know, Betty Ford implements a lot of Hazelden methods, you know, the 12-step program. I only lived for about 10 of the 12 steps. Mm-hmm. First one is the most important to me, you know, admitting that I was powerless and I needed to give over my, you know, give up and give into God, you know, and then also making amends for my shortcomings to the people that I love and that I've hurt throughout my addiction. Those are, you know, those are important steps that I practice every day.
Yeah.
So, because
I
say things I don't mean. I do things that I don't mean, and I have to make sure that my dad, who's looking down on me, is proud of me every day, you know, because even though he's not with me, he still is. And his death, right after he died, I went into rehab. That's how bad it you know, that death affected me. So I just really implore people to not be afraid of reaching out, but be careful because people won't understand your addiction and how frustrating it is for yourself. A lot of people won't understand you, especially if they're not an addict themselves. That's why they hire 98% of the people who work at rehabs are recovering addicts.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So don't be afraid to reach out to people, but also know who to reach out to, because you got to have the right support group around you before you go and take the steps that you need to get help. If you do need to get help and you are broke on your butt and you don't have money, there are tons of programs that will still accept you. There are tons of, you can get insurance, you know, sign yourself for an HMO insurance, and HMO will cover it. PPO will cover it. Medicaid will cover it. It will cover outpatient programs, inpatient. If you're struggling really hard, go inpatient and stay there as long as you can.
Yeah.
Just stay there as long as you can, because it's only going to help you in the long run. And see, with me, I had to deal, guys, with the scrutiny of the world and people being like, well, look at how terrible he looks. He's got to be crackhead. He's got to be meth head. No, I was huffing duster and I have an eating disorder. And I grew up my whole life being on a different time zone every other day in a new country where, like, eating food was so – I was drinking Ensures by 10 and 11 years old because my time zones were so screwed up. Like, I literally eat and get an appetite in the middle of the night. My girl will tell you. Like, I literally – my appetite skyrockets in the middle of the night. But that's because it's daytime in Germany where I grew up, you know? So, and
it's like
I literally
permanent jet lag or something.
Yeah, it's like oh my God, there it is.
Yeah.
Permanent jet lag.
Yeah.
And so, you know, so I work on that too, and you know, I do fluctuate with my weight, but don't be afraid of your own truth. You know, one thing I did learn in rehab, and I love this quote. I released it on Twitter when I was in rehab the first time. I'm not afraid of being human.
Yeah.
Never be afraid of being human.
Yeah. Agreed.
You know, because
Totally.
we all are human. We all have problems. We all have mistakes. We all are not saints.
And artists are not puppets.
Artists are not puppets, and neither is your significant other, and neither are your family.
Yeah.
They're not puppets either. You know, and you know what I mean by that.
Yeah. Totally.
So I mean, but future looks good, man. Future's bright future, really bright future. I mean, I'm doing better than I ever have. I'm relaxed, mature, sophisticated. I've cooled out, I've calmed down. You know, I had to check everybody and make sure they got checked.
Yeah.
I checked the crap out of everyone, and they all shut up. But they're gonna still try to go a little further, but they got checked, and they ain't gonna get any further. Because I'm still right here.
Yeah.
No one's put me in jail. I mean, my family tried to get me on 11 violations of a restraining order after they got the restraining order to put me in prison.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it. The district attorney was just like, Aaron, you got to let them go. They're not good to you. And I was like, really? I got to let them go? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm not 11. They're trying to get you on 11 violations. He goes, that right there is very telling.
Yeah.
You know, why are they still attacking you? Why are they still attacking you? Why are they still trying to tear you down? You know, and I got all of this proof of all the people racketeering, malicious prosecution, and all I got to do is snap my fingers, and my attorneys are ready to go. But I'm not that kind of guy. I just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
I just ask my family, leave me alone, unless you got something nice to say. And if you ain't got nothing nice to say, like, hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have believed, you know, your ex-girlfriend, Erin, Nina, who told us that you wanted to go to Vegas and do horrendous things to Lauren and her unborn child. I would never say anything like that.
Yeah.
And I can't believe this narrative was, and I'm not going to allow it. You got to understand something, too. I'm shining more light on it the more that I talk about it. But that goes to show you that I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of my truth.
Mm.
And I stand by the fact that I am a good human being. You know? You don't put out there that your brother wants to kill your wife and unborn child, and then on Christmas, months later, you emailing him telling him you love him. If my brother ever did that, I would never speak to him again. It would be that simple.
Yeah.
But nothing like that ever happened. It was made up because I kicked out my ex-girlfriend Lena, and she made up a lie to my sister because I have guns. And I don't have guns right now. They were taken away from me. I got a couple months left, and hopefully I get my fucking, excuse my language, a couple months, but hopefully I get my Second Amendment back. Yeah. And I think I'm pretty sure I will, because the cops don't like what happened, the DA doesn't like what they're seeing, and they're ready to attack too. Because malicious prosecution and using the court system to try to hurt and harass somebody is illegal. Mm. It's actually illegal. It's a crime.
Yeah.
It's a crime. And they need to stay away from me, and I'll stay away from them.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Keep the space. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to create some false narratives about me, and we're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
You know? When their little brother is actually doing really well now in his life. So, doing very well. Come on. And this is the first home I've ever had. I've been able to make every mortgage payment. I made all my payments. I have a Range Rover, a Riviera 67. I got everything I need in life. I have a beautiful fiance who loves me and fights for our love. And what else?
Oh.
What else could I ask for? I have an incredible fan base. Hashtag Skittles Gang.
And plus, man, you have
Taste Rainbow.
And you're kind of just anyone between 20.
Did you hear her?
What did she say?
She goes, I'm only allowed to taste the rainbow. Because now the fans, it went from LMG Love Money Gang to hashtag Skittles Gang.
Oh yeah, I dig that.
I'm gonna trust me, Skittles. If you hear me, I did the remix for I Want Candy already. I should be the new song. I Want Candy should be on your new Taste the Rainbow Skittles commercial.
No, you really should.
Break dancing to the new version that I did. I produced myself. That's on the album. That was my whole goal with that. Was like, I'm gonna get this Skittles Taste the Rainbow commercial. Watch.
Yeah. That's cool.
And I actually eat Skittles. I straight up. Can you grab my? I'm craving those yogurt ones, bro. I love Skittles.
Oh yeah, man.
Have you tried the yogurt ones yet?
No, yogurt Skittles.
Oh my God, everyone's sleeping under a rock right now.
No, I've not.
I embrace I Want Candy like no other. But let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. These yogurt Skittles are so good. Skittles actually sent me. They sent me a big bag of like hundreds of bags of Skittles.
Oh, nice.
It's purple Skittles because I like purple Skittles. They're my favorite ones. But
right here, yeah.
These, bro, the dips, Skittles dips.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I need to try it.
The Skittles dips. You gotta do it, man. Taste the rainbow. It's like it tastes like my hair.
Are they softer, or they just taste like yogurt?
They're like soft on the outside, almost like a raisin yogurt.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but then it's got the Skittle underneath it. It's so good.
Damn, I need to try those.
It doesn't even matter what flavor you're eating.
Yeah.
usually for me before I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna save the yellows and the greens for last. I don't care.
Yeah.
So
It's dope, dude. I need to try that. Damn.
yes, I still want candy, but all my fans out there, hashtag Skittles gang, you guys gave me way too much candy growing up as gifts. You know how many times I had to go to the dentist because of you guys? That stupid song. But shout
That's
out
crazy.
Richard Godier, who produced it and wrote it originally in the 1950s for the Strange Loves. And then it was done by Bow Wow Wow in the 80s. And then made in 2001. So, Richard Godier, good job, bro.
Thank you.
Smash.
That's cool. Yeah. And speaking to that, man, like, how does it feel just being, like, you started so young, you know, your career and all that stuff. So how does it feel just being that kind of, like, you know, it's like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Aaron Carter. How does it feel being part of that kind of?
I don't really care.
That era. And things
I don't really
like
care because I'm not like them.
Yeah.
I'm always reinventing myself.
That's
I'm also
yeah.
a producer. When I'm older, I'm gonna be a professor in college for music.
Yeah. Love that.
That's what I want to do. I also want to be able to conduct symphonies and orchestras.
Yeah. I dig that. I got into teaching too. It's so fun, man.
That's what
so
I want to do.
rewarding.
I want to give back to the world versus all these other people who are stingy.
Yeah.
Like my ex co-producer Lindgren,
Mm-hmm.
stingy, but I still learned. All right, and now, no, very stingy. Don't want to teach you nothing. Can't stand people like that, man.
Yeah, and that's a lot. When I first started producing, I met some of those guys, and
so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, like, what the hell? I'm not trying to like have you teach me for like a year and a half. I just want you to show me some things, But he's like, no.
Even just offer like one or two things. I mean, I do that. That kid just the other day, young stunting boy that I gave $1,000 for.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he actually bought the stuff.
Yeah.
I made him tell me. He actually bought the stuff, and he makes really good music actually too.
Yeah, that's great.
He's actually he's talented, and all it takes in this world, if more people believed in each other and lifted each other up, we would have a better planet.
Yeah.
You know what? As sad as COVID-19 is, it might be a good thing because it put everybody back into perspective of what life is really about.
Oh yeah, totally agree.
Even though we've
any
lost
aspect.
I mean, oh my God, my heart broke today. Kelly Preston, God rest her. God rest her soul.
Yeah.
Kelly Preston died today. You know who that is, right? Yes, you do.
Yeah, she'll know.
No way.
She was actually at the Houston Cancer Center.
She died from breast cancer.
Really?
She was married to John Travolta. You know who this is?
Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, of course I do.
She died today.
Wow.
Beautiful
she's
woman.
So young.
Yeah, no, she died like 53.
Young. Too young, man.
Much love to their family. I'm so sad about that. I got chills from it because I love Kelly Preston so much. I mean, I gotta look up some of the stuff that she's done because, I mean, she's done so many movies. I mean, but she stopped for a while, didn't she?
I think so. Yeah, but she was in a lot of like, it was like midnight, like big '90s movies.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, she was in 10 to Midnight, Christine Mischief. I'm trying to see the movies that I mean, From Dusk Till Dawn, Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire, that's what it is. Yeah.
Jerry Maguire, What a Girl Wants.
She's in
Broken Bridge to the Top, Old Dogs, The Last Song, Casino Jack, Gotti, Off the Rails. I mean,
Sky High.
Sky High. Jack Frost. Jack Frost, bro. Remember Jack Frost?
Yeah.
Oh my God. She loses Michael Keaton as a husband in that movie.
Yeah.
And he becomes Jack Frost.
That was a sad part of the movie.
Babe, have you ever seen Jack Frost?
No, baby.
Oh, so you got to see Me, Myself, Irene, and Jack Frost.
So he's a musician,
Okay.
Michael Keaton, in the
Okay.
movie, and she's married to him. They have one son,
Aw.
and he goes to drive to get to a concert to perform. He's in like a rock band,
Mm-hmm.
and he dies in an accident in the snow. And then he comes back as a snowman, Jack Frost, to be able to talk and be there for, like, try to help his family get through the grieving of his death.
Oh wow.
He comes back as like a snowman, and then
wow.
and he befriends his son, and his son figures out that it's him as a snowman.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really sad movie.
Oh.
It's so sad.
It's a rough one, yeah.
It's so sad. And then Kelly Preston is always crying because she lost Michael Keaton, and he was like a musician, and then it was just her and the son left over. And it's a really sad movie. Oh,
Especially
my God!
Especially watching it so young too. You're like, yeah, it's kind of a dark film.
It kind of is,
The story, I think, is kind of.
But it's no different than how most Disney movies are. You know, except usually they use the mom.
Yeah.
In most Disney movies, but this one, it's like he lost a dad. We were watching this movie. It's so good.
For sure.
It's
Y'all
gonna
got
make
2 movies on the list now.
It's gonna make her
so
sad
many.
though. 'Cause,
Well,
like,
no, watch Jack Frost first, and then watch Me and Myself and Noreen after.
Yeah,
That way, you'll be good.
Off on a high note. Funny. Yeah, no, it's Jack Frost is sad from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some cute parts in it, but your heart is always wrenched by it.
Yeah.
Like because he Michael Keaton is one of my favorite actors.
Oh yeah, man, spot on actor.
From Batman to just.
It's a smaller movie. Have you heard of White Noise? Do you remember that movie? Dude,
I love White
such
Noise.
a good movie. It was playing the other day.
I know White Noise.
Yeah, such
I
a
haven't
badass
seen.
movie.
Thank you for reminding me because I haven't seen it in a while. But it's where he is able to communicate with someone and who dies. His wife or something dies.
The wife.
He's in another movie where his wife dies, Michael Keaton, called White Noise. That's ironic,
It's
right
crazy,
there.
yeah. I just thought about that.
Isn't that ironic? Wow. Wow.
But anyways, I'm glad y'all are doing good. I'm gonna let y'all go. But
Yeah,
Hey, nice talking
anytime,
to
bro.
you.
So
nice talking to you for sure,
we'll catch
man.
up with you in a couple months, man, and when we get to the new crib.